Glaziers, stories from the people who've done it. Tim Ballard, apprentice glazier, Ace Glass Construction Corp., Little Rock, Arkansas. I fell into glazing by chance, I guess you could say. Ace was looking for hard-working people who could learn quickly, and all I'd heard were very positive things about the owners. I have often been a bit envious of those guys on the stages hanging off the sides of commercial buildings. I thought I would give it a try. Everyone is nervous their first week or so on the stage. Not long ago, I was on the stage going up and down the side of a building with a guy fairly new to the business. The stage has a motor on each end that each person has the responsibility to operate. You want to operate them at the same time for obvious reasons. We wear a safety harness attached to a rope that is separate from the stage and its cables. While you operate the motor with one hand, the other hand holds open a rope grab that enables you to slide up and down the safety rope as you move. Our conversation that day happened to be about what if something went wrong on the stage. We were descending from the top of the building. Once we got to the floor where we were going to work, we stopped our motors and took our hands off our safety rope grabs, but his motor malfunctioned and his side of the swing stage kept going down. When I realized it, I grabbed my motor and rope grab and started going down a little, too, so we wouldn't capsize. His motor did stop after running a few more seconds, but he didn't have time to grab anything. He thought I was playing some trick on him. We made it down and replaced the motor with a good one shortly after. Previous experience in various types of construction is a definite plus if you're going into glazing. However, a willingness to learn the unique business of glass is more important in my opinion. I have seen guys come in and spout off about how much experience and skill they have, and not go anywhere in the company. I have also seen talented people with little construction experience flourish. Of course, if you have no skill, no experience and very little common sense, the next glass you will be looking through is at the unemployment office. A few months ago, my boss put me out as a lead man on a project. He told me that I was the newest glazier he has ever had go out as a lead man and train someone else. The new guy and I were doing some caulking around paneling and windows, hanging from the side of the building on a stage. He wouldn't shut up. I heard how talented, experienced and good-looking he was for the first hour. Meanwhile, I redid everything he did so that my boss wouldn't come out there and go nuts. No matter what you do, there's a time for socializing and there's a time for getting the job done. I tried telling him in a nice way, "This isn't very good, bro." He told me, "I'm good. Mine looks just like yours." I didn't have the heart to remind him that his work was mine. I kept running back and forth redoing it, and finally, I decided to let him work a few minutes on his own, let my boss see it, and enjoy the ride. In a bit, I looked down and saw my boss looking up at my trainee's work. My boss called up to him, "Hey. You need to do a good job, son." To which my trainee yelled back, "Thanks, boss." Then he looked at me and said in a lower voice, "Relax, I told you I was good." Those are the types of people who probably won't make it in this business. The thing about glass is that it has to be respected. It exposes those that are way too comfortable around it and those who refuse to be taught the nuances of it. Ace completed the huge Southwest Power Pool building, and it is beautiful. Half of the exterior of the building is glass and the other half is aluminum paneling. We did both. Inside, we did much of the office glass and other types of doors. We also were responsible for the glass and lighted rails on the sides of the stairwell that go up all 4 stories. What I love about glazing is that even though each job has similarities, the business is always adapting, changing, improving. I'm not sure which one is more challenging, but there are some tough parts of the business. One is the physical part of the job. Most of the glass that you handle on commercial sites is going to be hundreds of pounds. Another frustrating part of the business is having to adjust because the steel workers or framers or other companies before you had different measurements than the blueprints. Because we glaziers are often the ones who finish the jobs, our job is to make it work and make it pretty. Constant adjustments add to the mental challenge of glazing. What I love about glazing is that even though each job has similarities, the business is always adapting, changing, improving. The next job is probably going to be a little different. This business is for those who like thinking. The most dangerous thing as a glazier is to get too comfortable. That's when you usually are reminded that glazing is very much a cerebral job. He started yelling, "You did that on purpose." He was saying this while hanging from his safety rope with his feet just inches from touching the floor of the stage, pointing his toes toward the stage, trying to touch and swinging back and forth.